Okay, well, I already started
Cut it
recording,
off.
so
Do the intro,
snipe.
do the intro.
Welcome back to another Internet Productions podcast. It is Master Mike Destroyer Noah Scrivener.
And the Edison of editing, NC Hammer himself.
And me, my parent go my convoy.
I hated that.
God, love it.
If you didn't catch that last one, that was Elijah Buell.
That's way less interesting than what I said, but you know.
Whatever.
Same stuff.
Okay, we're gonna talk about conspiracies and unexplained mysteries today.
Oh.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about the New Orleans Axeman. This guy was a serial killer in New Orleans from 1917 to 1919. So he had tons of unexplained murders at the time. Nobody knew who it was. You got something to say?
I will, but keep going.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt.
And he would attack couples. It was couples at night, and he would kill both of them. And only a couple of them survived, and they talked about it. And it happened, and it just would be so spotty, and you didn't know like where he lived or like because he'd go everywhere around New Orleans. And finally, one night, I think it was 1919, he sent it over to the Post like anonymously. How do you say that?
Anonymously.
I was right. Okay. Anonymously. And then he sent in, he said, everybody has to turn on jazz, go to a club, or, yeah, if you don't have a record player at your house, go to a club, or play jazz, and I will not kill you, or anything like that. So I guess that night, everybody in New Orleans was playing jazz music, and I guess it was like the most the town has ever been alive, or something like that. I don't know. But that's pretty crazy. They'd never be found or anything. Kill that many people, you know?
Yeah, that's
You
weird.
know what that reminds me of?
Huh.
Jack the Ripper.
Yes. That's what I was trying to think of.
So I don't know what time it was, but it's before like modern, like before they could like easily track people down.
Yeah, like DNA and stuff like
yeah,
that.
but this dude is just running around killing people, and like he, I think originally he sent like letters. He sent letters to like the like Post and like papers that could like publicize it, and he sent them letters like talking about stuff. I'll look it up right now, but like.
What doesn't that make you think of that one that like happened? Oh, I don't know. They made a movie about it. I can't think of it, but he just sent letters over to the Post. You know what I'm talking about? You're not talking about. Well, yeah, you're talking about Jack the Ripper. I'm talking about a different one where he just always sent letters to the Post and he'd go kill another
The
couple.
Zodiac Killer?
The Zodiac Killer. Yeah,
Yeah, there's bunches.
What?
that's crazy. You never heard about Zodiac Killer?
You never heard of the
Seriously?
Zodiac Killer? Weird. No, he sent like these weird cryptic messages out.
Yeah, and then they had some people decode them.
Yeah.
Try to.
I don't think they've ever been decoded.
They've never been decoded?
I don't think.
I think one of the first ones.
Maybe
they
one of them,
decoded,
yeah, but like
They're
some
like,
of them.
oh.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
He was
weird.
He was never found, was he?
No, I don't know. They have like a sketch of him, but
Yeah.
they don't know. That's like Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer. Everybody says that.
Really?
Everybody like speculates it, but
The Saucy Jackie postcard is what it was called. And like, so basically he sent like his Dear Boss letter, I think was the first one he sent.
Why?
Yeah, so he sent it and to the Central News Agency of London, and it like he talks about like his killings and stuff, and then a bunch of fake letters come in. Like they get everywhere, gets all the post places, all the post stops get like flooded with fake like Jack the Ripper like
What?
letters, and then they send the Saucy Jackie postcard. And they think it was, they couldn't 100% identify it, but they think it was him again because it had like compelling evidence and it would like describe the murders, and whoever sent it knew like what had been done to the people who had been murdered, but they can never track down Jack the Ripper, which is just crazy, you know?
Yeah. Didn't they think Jack the Ripper and somebody else was the same person?
Are you talking about like the thing, like the weird theory where it's like, what's his name?
I can't think of it. It was Jack the Ripper and some other dude. But like one of them was from freaking Europe and one of them was from America. But it happened at different times. Close to the same like time
What's his name?
line or something like that. But they thought it was the same person, but they never knew who it was.
Yeah. there was like a show about it. H.H. Holmes.
H.H. Holmes.
So he had like H.H. Holmes had like a weird. He was weird. He like liked messing with people's minds and then like killing them and like seducing women and then killing them. So he had this weird like hotel house thing called the Castle, and it was built in such a way that it allowed him to like pump gas into the room. And this is
Oh man.
yeah, this is in what's it? 1893. This is in the 1890s.
When was Jack the Ripper?
Like the same time, around the same time.
I thought it was.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Because before he started this, I believe H.H. Holmes came back from a trip in Europe, and that was like when the Jack the Ripper like stuff stopped.
Oh.
So it was really compelling, and like H.H. Holmes, this is like actual events. He would like get people to stay in his castle, and then he would gas them and make them go to sleep, and then like wake them up in his downstairs basement where he had a furnace that was almost hot enough to incinerate bodies.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
yeah, I know. He had
That's terrible.
He got away with all this stuff, and the way he did it was like he said it was for glass blowing because he had to have a really hot furnace to glass blow.
Huh.
So he said it was for that, but that's where he burned his bodies. And he got away with a bunch of. He was such a sly man. Like he took out. He used to take out loans, and he would take out a loan in the like incorrect name, and then just not pay it back or whatever. Or one of the most like dubious things, like tricky things he did, is in his castle, he had a huge safe that he like borrowed. But to get around that, what he did was he built the building around the safe.
Oh.
So like he could like this guy was super
Weird.
smart and like cunning. It was crazy. Isn't it just crazy that stuff like that actually happened?
And like it could happen still.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying, man. And he like kidnapped kids and stuff, and like went across the country with him on his last like when he was on his last legs, like running from the cops and stuff.
He do what?
He stole like his ex-wife's kids.
Oh my god.
It was
What a
crazy.
freak.
All right, no, you want to talk about
Oh.
Eliza Lamb?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a story about. Well, it's not a story. It's a real thing that happened. It's about this girl called Eliza Lamb, who was a student in Canada, and she was found mysteriously. She was dead. Found dead mysteriously in a water tank in the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. So, basically, she went on a trip to Los Angeles, apparently to like get away or something, and she was staying at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, and she was found dead. And they looked at the hotel security footage, and it's very creepy.
Like, I mean, like, it's like super. Like, it gives you the chills.
Yeah, it's
Like-
weird.
She looks like she's totally like blasted on some drugs or stuff. But
Yeah.
didn't you say something about the toxicology report?
Yeah, there was no drugs in her system, and basically, in this security footage, she's on an elevator. She's in an elevator. She goes in, and she looks totally normal when she goes in, but then she like looks out like she's looking for somebody, like she's paranoid, looking out of the elevator,
both
goes back
ways
in,
and-
standing on the opposite side of the elevator so nobody can see her from the opening. She's looking both ways and being all paranoid, and then at one point, she comes back in, pushes every single button on the elevator. Then she goes back out of the elevator, and she looks like she's talking to somebody, and she's like looking down and like talking, using her hands to talk. And then she does this weird gesture at one point where she just like sticks her hands out, really
Her fingers
rigid
are,
and
like,
stiff,
up.
and her
Yeah.
fingers are like bent backwards, and she's like doing this weird, crazy.
Like she's trying to explain something.
Yeah,
to someone.
or like
Yeah.
I thought it looked like she was like touching like something that wasn't there.
Yeah,
like she was like
Oh.
feeling, reaching
Yeah.
out and like feeling the air basically. So it's just really creepy, just unexplained footage. And she was found dead by Santiago Lopez. Found Eliza Lamb's body floating in one of the hotel water tanks on the roof of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And according to the reason that they suspected this is because apparently people from the hotel said they had low water pressure and a weird taste coming from the tap water. So it's absolutely just disgusting.
That's awful.
The girl, they found her dead on the roof of the hotel in a water tank with no evidence, like the autopsy, no evidence of foul play. Toxicology report came back with nothing but like ibuprofen and stuff in her system like that. A blood alcohol content of 0.02, which is nothing. And she was bipolar, and she did take antidepressant medicine, which possibly maybe she just had a mental breakdown or something, and she was just, not in the right mind. But it's this giant water tank on the top of the roof with no way to get in. It's kept under lock and key, right? How did she get in there?
My theory is that I think she's probably, I know it's a stretch, but she could be possessed. I mean, if you look at this footage, you think she's on drugs. Like, no doubt in your mind, you see somebody like that, you're like, yo, we live in Leaden. You're on drugs, bro. But, like, just saying that she wasn't even, like, she had ibuprofen, didn't she, or something like that?
Yeah.
So ibuprofen would not make you act
and
like that.
sinus medicine.
Even
but
I don't care how high that drug
if you took
was.
a whole bottle of that, it wouldn't make you go as crazy as she was on this footage.
I mean, I thought she was tweaking.
Yeah.
But it just, and then my theory is I think she just was possessed. Because, I mean, like, she looks like it then, if you think about it.
She looks whack to go.
And if you watch any horror movies, man, they do some weird stuff whenever they're possessed. So they could easily, I mean, if that's real, then
I suggest looking up the video because CBS did a thing over it.
Oh yeah, it was.
I don't know. I mean, it was a big thing. It was a big deal.
It's creepy. I couldn't imagine. Oh man.
All right, you talk about these night crawlers.
Fresno night crawlers. So basically, around like the Fresno area, their videos popped up, and it's like showing like aliens or something, and these things look like a sheet, like if you had like a sheet and you had a balloon in it, so like the balloon was floating, but then the rest of the sheet came down, and it looks like it's walking.
2 legs.
Yeah, so it looks kind of like a baggy pair of pants, but like at the top it's like the head of a creature, and there are videos, and these things are just walking around, and it's super crazy. And there have been sightings like all over.
And they have like 2 videos of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how videos can't always be legit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you have tons of reports, it's kind of like Bigfoot, you know what I mean? Like, there's only one legit one that they said that wasn't like, pretty much. But I mean, like, it makes you think. Yeah, like, they could be out there, it couldn't be out there. But it's just like one of those things you actually have to believe and see it for yourself, maybe. Like, people don't believe in Bigfoot, but, like, if you had something happen out there, you know, you'd be thinking Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Kind of same thing. Is it Yosemite National Park that happened?
Yosemite?
Yosemite. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. And,
Yosemite.
whatever.
Yeah, Yosemite.
Don't talk to me.
Yosemite Sam, am I right?
I'm gonna hit you.
Sounds like a weird rock that you never discovered before. Yosemite.
No. Okay. Is there anything else there, boys? You talk about the Windigo?
Oh, the Windigo.
Windigo. It's I don't know how to say this. It's like a Native American like legend, and like it's this weird like beast that has like it like stands on all fours and is like 14 feet tall, and it kind of looks like a tree, and it has like a wolf's head kinda, and then like the like deer antlers, and it's like super skinny and like walks, and it looks like a tree, and basically it possesses people like Native Americans and forces them, like Wendigos have like an insatiable hunger for flesh.
Ooh.
So like it possesses people and makes them eat the people around them, and then eventually they'll start like eating themselves if there's no one around because they get so hungry.
Yeah, there's this one movie on Netflix called The Ritual. And I think it has to do something with the Windigo. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen The Ritual. I think that's more like a pagan god though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I know the movie, the book, and the movie for Stephen King's
Pet
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
Yeah, that is about a Wendigo, and like because the ancient burial ground is like the ancient Navajo or whatever, like Indian burial ground is like where a Wendigo's domain is. So like whatever gets buried there becomes controlled by the Wendigo. It's crazy.
Ooh.
That's creepy.
You said that in one instance, one of them ate their whole family.
Yeah, I was on this TV show I used to watch. I don't remember what it was called, but it covered stuff like this. And they talked about this. There was a story about this dude who's some Native American man, and he came. They like during the winter, everyone was like sectioned off because of all the snow and everything, and they got snowed in, so they couldn't get out and get supplies. And this man comes like into the like bar or tavern after the winter and is like, my whole family died. They starved to death. But it was weird because the people around him noticed that the man looked quite plump, and he was looking very like full and stuff. And his lips had been like, they looked like they were damaged, like he'd been biting them like into the flesh and like biting it off. So they went and they looked into his house. And there were like the bodies were there, like picked clean to the bone. It was crazy.
Creepy.
Did he blame it on the Wendigo?
I don't know. I can't remember what happened to him in the end, but people say it was a Wendigo because like Wendigo's things is like possessing people and eating them.
Oh, man.
Absolutely awful.
Disgusting.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
It's like some Donner Party stuff. You guys know about the Donner Party?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Where they got like, stuck on a mountain.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Rocky
there
Mountain.
was
Chowing down.
Yeah,
like
they're settlers, and they got snowed in with their wagon and buggy.
They had to eat
Horse
each
and
other.
buggy.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wagon and buggy.
They got snowed in, and they were there so long they resorted to cannibalism, and that is like an actual like confirmed thing that actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that
Hey,
was,
if you were that hungry, I still wouldn't eat you, Eli. But
I'd eat you, bro. He's a snack.
I wouldn't eat him. He's too skinny.
I need to get out of here.
I guess I'm with meat on the bones.
Well, it's a good thing we live in America.
Where food is copious.
Yes, and people are obese.
Yes.
It's true.
So if we were ever in a situation where we had to eat somebody, we'd be good. Because like 80% of Americans are obese. Something crazy number.
Yeah, it is a crazy number how high obesity is in America.
It's crazy. PSA.
I would make a joke right now, but
No, okay. No, I don't think so. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening to today's NNM Productions podcast with Elijah Buell. Catch you guys next time.